Hey, this is Noah Crosby, Randolin Music, and I'm going to get back to you about some things we were talking about some months ago. Again, I haven't been doing much video-wise. I've been working a lot and stuff, but so I want to get back to, I kind of fast-tracked one of my personal instruments was I showed you 3 different instruments that we were regraduating. The Eastman we finished, I'm pretty sure I showed you that. But this was a violin, which is very different, that I originally made 35 years ago. It was my first of this particular design. See, this is more of the old design. And there's a couple things. I'm going to show you the old top, because the old top do a couple of very bad an airline accident actually, and then some other things over time. So this is the original one. As you can see, it had these very kind of funky F or kind of more S-ish kind of holes. A lot of damage. I don't know if you can see it on the front, but then if you see the patches on the inside, you can see just a lot of damage. And eventually, well, this was the first one I did of this particular model, and I was a lot younger, had a lot of funny ideas. Some of them worked and some of them didn't. So I had decided about a year ago to put a new top on, and then kind of did a hard turn and ended up using this piece of wood, which was on another one that I had started that I hadn't gotten around to finishing. And there's actually some good reasons in the end that I didn't. So one thing is I decided to go to regular F holes, violin F holes. These are a little bigger than the other ones. There's reasons for this, and there's some experimentation. I don't know how well you can see this, but if you look, you can kind of see that this has the arching has changed between these two. This is less pronounced on this one, has a more gradual slope up from the neck. This one goes really up, very Stainer-like. And that was a problem both for the neck set and then also here at the back. There's a problem for the tailpiece. This is a 5-string violin. So this sound post is very thicker and different from a regular 4-string. Its placement was a little funny. Like I said, I had some ideas. Some of them worked and some of them didn't. But I decided that I need to, if I was going to continue to play this violin, I had to put a new top on it. So some of the ideas that I changed, I did change. You can see the back. It's still it's still high arching, but you can see it's not as abrupt, more gradual on both sides than the original one. And then of course, the big thing is you can see the F or S holes, depending on which one you're looking at. These are a little bigger. My theory is that having some slightly larger F holes, you're gonna have a little more sound output, especially for the C string. The idea on this one, these guys, is you can kind of also see how this is different here than here. There were reasons, I don't know what all of my reasoning was for this. I think I had some ideas and input from someone else that was making odd 5-string violins, and I decided I would try it. There are reasons that this is a better design. these F-holes, the way they're cut, they actually add strength, especially to this area, which as you can see in this guy, was very weak and broke. This was in an accident, an airline well, a luggage accident, we should say. Coming back when it was broken before I'd even completely strung it up when I came back from Spain in 1988. But there were some other things. I don't think that the graduation was as consistent on this. But then the odd thing that I'm placed in and was trying, because I'm still going to use the rest of the body, which has a lot of carving. I don't remember if I showed you this, but let's just look. So this has a lot of carving, headstock. It's all dusty because it's been laying around all winter here. So, you know, I'm left with some original design issues, some of which I have changed my mind pretty drastically about. But this is played for 30 years, so it's got a lot of energy into it, and it's got a lot of great sound. So I'm hoping that I'm able to fix some of that. And we'll see. I'll let you know when that comes up. But so where we're at with this guy now is about to put the bass bar in. And again, this is not, so if you're looking for just straight ideas about regular 4-string violins, all of this doesn't entirely apply. This sound post, this bass bar is going to be a little thicker. And again, because of the arching and stuff, it's going to be a little different than a normal. But I'm not sure how well you can see this, but it says these don't follow a straight line. They're actually at an angle. Doesn't follow the grain all the way down. It goes a little bit against the grain. And the idea with bass bars too is to have some tension. So while they're close to flat, they should actually have a little bit of spring into them when you glue them in, so that there's tension against the top. How much is a matter of subjection, physics, and personal preference, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. So that's what I'm going to be doing next with this guy, and then I'm going to start putting some finish on it before I glue it back on, and I have to do the finish the rest of the way then. But I think it's going to be an improvement. Only one way to find out, and hopefully by, if not before the new year, I'll be playing it again because I miss it, and be a different sound. This is a little different top. This was a 2-piece top, the original one, and this is a 1-piece top. And if you can see, I got some light issues here. So this was actually a cello top, one side of a cello top. So the outside grain is quite wide, going in, getting tight across the top, and very tight onto the treble side. I've done this on some other things. They turned out pretty well. This piece of spruce is about 75 plus years old. 70? No, not 70. Let me see. It was 25, 30 years, 35. 60 to 70 years old, this spruce. So it's very well seasoned. And we'll just have to see. It's got a nice, almost like a bear claw up here in the top. But I think it's going to be nice and be an improvement. I did not, because of all the carvings in this violin, I had decided I'd go finish this in Spain with my friends who were guitar builders. But with all the carvings, I decided not to put purfling on, and I'm not going to put purfling on the top now because I think it would just be too much to try and do all of that. Like I said, there's things that have changed. It's a bit of an interesting catch-22 to make improvements while at the same time trying to keep it in line to some degree with some of the original ideas, even though, like I said, a lot of those ideas have changed, obviously, over 35 years. So we'll let you know more about it when we get done. I'll show you when it's, maybe when I've actually glued it on. I'm not sure if I'll get around to doing another video just to show you that the bass bar is in. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting conundrum when you built things for a long time and then something comes back. It either comes back to you as a luthier to repair, or even more of a conundrum, I think, is a personal instrument where you have these ideas and you can have the freedom to change anything, but then you have to decide what to change and what not to change in certain contexts. So it'd be interesting to see how this turns out. I've struggled with it a little bit and finally had to decide a few months ago just to dive in and do it and get it done. Okay, see you. Bye.